from the past that forged its way into our present time, Les Catacombes de Paris. Well, what are they? A cemetery, an ossuary, or is it more? Located in Paris, France, this is one of the most significant burial grounds in France, if not the world itself. As stated by W. Scott Hayne in his book, The History of France, indeed, each year France hosts more tourists than any other nation, over 70 million and counting, and Paris is one of the top 5 most visited attractions in the world. Today I shall speak to you of Les Catacombes de Paris. In the book, Making Space for the Dead, scholar Aaron Marie Legacy retells the origins of the Paris catacombs. It was the spring of 1780 in the beautiful city of Paris, France. To the left, you shall see an image of the Church of the Holy Innocents, which was where everything pretty much started. Regarding the historical context, Parisians would tend to burials in a manner that revolved around religion, more so their Christianity. The Church of the Holy Innocents had been functioning for about 1,000 years now. That's 1,000 years of human remains. But on May 30th, there was a major public health crisis outbreak. All the homes near the Church of the Holy Innocents were exposed to air that reeked of death. On May 30th, 1780, a resident, Monsieur Gravelot, had issued a complaint with the state, for he firmly believed that his wife had fallen ill due to the poor hygiene standards. Antoine Alexis Cadet, an inspector of Paris, was sent to examine the area, and his scientific report resulted in the facts that the individuals living. King Louis XVI arranged the Department of General Query Investigation. These queries had been functioning since approximately the 15th century and had been abandoned, only to be transformed into the most inventive burial grounds in the world, Les Catacombes de Paris. The arrangements were set, the plan was to be organized, and bone transfers were entrusted to Charles Axel Guillemot, an inspector at the Department of General Query Inspection, a grand department which was founded April 4th, 1777 by Louis XVI, with the major intent of strengthening the underground quarries. The Paris catacombs are home to 6 million remains. Here's a photo my mother took while we visited the Paris catacombs. The first series of bone transfers occurred from 1785 to 1787 from the Saint Innocent Church. Tombs and graves were rapidly emptied by the quarry workers and then transformed and organized into the structure of bones, which you can see in this photo. The Latin phrase memento mori means remember you must die, and it remains directly connected to the underlying historical context of this time period, which was the French Revolution. In fact, many of the remains at the Paris catacombs were individuals who passed during the French Revolution. The concept of death was becoming less religiously tied upon the public health concerns. This can be deemed as the beginning of the Enlightenment in France, as society was moving toward modern scientific approaches for burials rather than remaining entirely devoted to church burials, even if it meant jeopardizing the health of the people. Bad thing happening though at the Paris catacombs, and that is the cataphiles. These individuals illegally enter the Paris catacombs, and this is a major hindrance to Les Catacombes de Paris. It's necessary to maintain this entirely present. The Paris catacombs are not an area for graffiti, nor throwing parties. Millions of human remains are there, and they deserve all the respect in the world. Fortunately, the Paris catacombs are part of the Paris Musée, a public entity that manages and maintains the city of Paris's 14 municipal museums. Authorities are finding new ways to continue protecting this precious historical site. The Paris Catacombs have been open to the public since 1809, and I hope you wish to visit. Just make sure, do not eat anything, do not touch the bones, avoid flash photography, and make sure you bring water so that you do not have a heat stroke in the midst of the tunnels. Au revoir!